Well, howdy. So I am in Great Basin National Park. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I had this brilliant idea. I was invited to hike in Utah with my buddy Devin from Backcountry Exposure. And I thought, since I'm going to be on this side of the state, I will give myself an extra day and I'll hike the Baker-Johnson Loop in Great Basin National Park. Now, I have not been here since 2019 when I hiked this same loop. So I have about 4 hours till sunset and about 6 miles to cover before I get to where I plan on camping. This might be a dumb idea. So Great Basin National Park is a pretty cool park. In 1922, the Lehman Caves became a national landmark, but it wasn't until 1986 that the caves and the surrounding area that encompassed the park as it stands today became a national park. So it's a relatively new park, but there's a ton to do here. You can tour the Lehman Caves. You can hike multiple different trails and loops. The second tallest peak in the state of Nevada is here, and the only glacier in Nevada is here. So, ton to do, ton to see. Absolutely worth the visit. It's been 6 years since I've been here, and that feels like way too long. So, super excited to be here today. It's been so long since I've been out here. I don't remember much of this trail. I keep getting little glimpses, little flashbacks of memory, but overall, feels very new. It's kind of cool for a place that I've been before. Weather's beautiful. It's warmer than I anticipated and considerably more windy than I anticipated, but all good. Absolutely beautiful day to be hiking. I was hoping being out here I'd see some fall colors, see the leaves changing, but all the leaves are on the ground and all the aspens are bare. Probably missed it by 5 days, maybe a week. Oh well, win some, lose some, right? I thought it would be fun on this trip because I do have 2 back-to-back adventures. I have Great Basin today and tomorrow, and then the rest of the week I'm in Utah with Devin. I thought it'd be fun to pack a single kit and see if the gear that I chose could keep me comfortable in both environments. I did a video about that that'll post while I'm out on trail, so you may have already seen that. One change that I made for Great Basin was I brought my micro spikes, and I almost left them in the car. Had them in my hand, I was like, I'm not gonna need these. And I can see, as I work my way up the hill, little patches of snow up top there. So I'm glad I made the decision to keep the micro spikes in my pack. Even if I end up not needing them, I just feel more comfortable having them. So I'm a little more than halfway to the lake. Making pretty good time. Trail's gorgeous. Super well maintained. It's just stunning out here, and the weather's perfect. I think I said that already, but it really is just absolutely perfect weather. What an amazing place to be. I'm up just over 9,700 feet now. I'm feeling it a little bit. Getting a little that elevation punch. And it's cooling off considerably. I might be in for a chilly night, but I am prepared for that. My sleep system, some of the extra clothes I brought. A lot more snow up here too, especially down along the creek bed. Getting pretty close to the lake and getting pretty close to losing the sun. It's a little after 5. My shelter's set up. My bed's ready to go. I do have to go down and get some water, which I'm not looking forward to. This part of the lake is still frozen. It's already pretty chilly. It's mid to low 40s at 5 o'clock. So I am anticipating a cold night. I've already put on my mid layer, and I might bust out my main insulation layer here in a minute. I'm gonna run down here and get some water, come back up, start my dinner, and I might just lay here in my nice warm bed and read for a couple hours. Ooh, chilly, chilly, chilly. Good morning. A little bit after 6. Slow moving morning so far. Didn't get as cold last night as I thought it was going to. The overnight low, according to my little thermometer, was 32. So cold, but not as cold as I was worried it would be. I thought
this sleeping pad might be insufficient for this part of my adventure week. Figured it'd be fine for the Utah trip, but I was worried that for last night it would be cold, and it wasn't. It did really well all night. I slept just in my base layers and my mid layer, and was nice and toasty all night long. It was super windy, tough to sleep. It was really, really, really windy. There was a kind of a break in the wind from about 9 o'clock to about 3 o'clock, and I slept straight through that part. But before that and after that, the wind kept kind of waking me up, and didn't sleep super good. But it wasn't because of my sleep system, so that is a win in my book. You know, you can't control the weather, you can't control the wind or the environment, but the fact that my sleep system kept me comfortable, that's awesome. It's time to get up, get some breakfast and coffee going, and tear down camp. Today we're going up over the pass, down to Johnson Lake, back to the car, and then driving to Utah. I'll check in with you later. So to give you an idea of just how windy it was last night, on the X-Dome, there's these loops along the poles that you can add guy lines to and just give the tent some more structure in the wind. So I made these guy lines with little carabiners that I could use to do that and just give my tent a little more structure on nights like last night. And well, the carabiners broke in the wind last night. Thankfully, nothing broke on the tent. It was just the carabiner, but that's pretty windy. I'm packed up and moving on a much later start than I wanted to this morning. So that's okay. I mean, I've only got 6 miles to hike, so I should be able to make fairly good time. But it's just about 8 o'clock, and I would have liked to have been moving probably an hour and a half ago. So I blew it. Beautiful morning so far. And the last time I was out here 6 years ago, we were here in a spring, summer. I don't remember exactly what month it was, but it was warm. I was wearing shorts. And today I'm hiking in my mid layer because it's still right around 38 degrees. Hopefully once I get moving more, especially once I start climbing up towards the pass, I'll warm up a bit. But for now, it's pretty chilly. Feels like this trail doesn't get used nearly as much as the Baker Lake side. There are rock cairns I can follow, but the trail keeps disappearing under ice and snow. It's not enough yet that I feel like I need the micro spikes, but I'm pretty happy I have them because I think it might get to that point. So a little bit slow going in this first part, just trying to navigate the ice and snow. I think once I'm up and over the pass and down the other side, it gets back to just normal hiking trail. So I have that to look forward to later today. Whew.
It's been really convenient to have Onyx on these snowy patches. I keep losing the trail. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm probably the last YouTuber to not have an Onyx sponsorship. Feels like everybody has them these days, but I do use it, and I'm pretty grateful for it right now because the trail's buried under snow. I have no idea where I'm supposed to be walking, and I could do the same thing with a map and compass, but it's just really convenient to just have it on my phone and not have to dig into my pack and pull out my paper map and compass. Well, made it over the top of the pass, and because of the way the trail routed to get you to the pass as opposed to the summit, which is basically directly north facing, the trail is kind of like southwest facing, and it's clear. There's no snow at all, so may not need those micro spikes after all. Do not regret carrying them. I think I'd rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them. I'm working my way down towards Johnson Lake and kind of just dipping into the remnants of old mining operation. There's cabins and all kinds of other outbuildings down further. Pretty cool to see. I didn't feel much coming down the steepest part because a little sketchy, a little loose. I think I missed a turn somewhere and was kind of on a choose my own adventure route, and I chose poorly. Made it all the way down to Johnson Lake. I'm gonna hang out here for a bit. Some food, some water, relax a little bit. It was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be getting up over that pass with all that snow, and then the descent was as difficult as I was expecting. Thankfully it was snow free. That would have made things a lot harder, but legs are a little tired from navigating through the snow, so I'm just gonna hang out here next to Johnson Lake and rest. Something I think about a lot when I'm hiking in places like this is, what was it like for the very first people who called these places home? What was it like for the indigenous tribes who hunted and lived here their whole lives? You know, what was it like in January, February? And then, later when Europeans came and staked mining claims, what was it like trying to survive in this environment? I'm here in early November, and it's chilly enough that I'm wearing a mid-layer while I'm hiking. I can't remember the last time I did that. There's snow on the ground, but in 3 or 4 weeks, there's just gonna be snow, and you won't be able to see the ground. Stuff that runs through my head when I'm walking through the woods. How brutal it must have been to call these places home. after a slow start to my morning and slow going up over the pass and down the other side, I'm on this really nice cruisy downhill section, just surrounded by aspens and pine, just gorgeous. Ditched my mid layer as I lose elevation. It's a little too warm for all that extra insulation. Cruise down here, get to the car, start the drive to Utah. Hopefully, somewhere along the way, find some food that doesn't need to be rehydrated.